But before that, I would like to welcome our panelists for this next panel, which is Entrepreneurship Web3 in Palau, which cannot be more fitting after this workshop that you have just attended. So the moderator will be our beloved Dibuk from Palau Blockchain Society. A lot of you know her. She's also one of the probably the only flowers who has experience working in a big Web3 company all overseas. I will let her to lead the conversation, introduce herself later, but we will welcome Maggie Chen, partnership of eGlobal. And eGlobal is a big organization that partnering with Ethereum Foundation and hosts all kinds of hackathons all over the world in all the Ethereum conferences. Her company has funded more than 70,000 projects and millions of young people like you organizing hackathons. Then we have Chen, who's the co-founder of Curta, Waterfall, and he traveled all the way from New York City. He's a super smart person, graduating from college, bachelor's degree in computer science at the age of 15. Yeah, now he's only 20 years old, but he's a researcher in Harvard University, co-founded 3 companies in Web3. He can share his journeys as a very young entrepreneur, so all of you can be just like him, maybe. Then we have Jessie Sang. Jessie traveled from Silicon Valley, and he is a very distinguished ecosystem enabler. He held accelerator and incubator program to cultivate entrepreneurship ecosystem in different countries. He has invested and mentored and helped more than hundreds of successful blockchain companies and partner with companies like Binance and all that. So he can then share the wisdom and perhaps some potential links, pathway to resources for all of you. So I will give the mic to the moderator, who is the first time moderator. Oh, and Quinn. Yes, I forgot. Quinn. We'll welcome Quinn also on the panel. You have just been attending an amazing workshop on Quinn. Quinn has been enlightening and educating millions of young people like you all over the world, especially in Asia region. It is really our honor to have Quinn here to be part of the organizing committee, core organizers of this Palau Blockchain Summit. Without her, this event will never be like this, will never be successful. So thank you, Quinn.
Hi guys, my name is Bookie. I'm from Palau. I worked for a big Web3 company for about a year and a half. I was a strategist there. Now I'm focused on the Palau Blockchain Society. If we're looking for members, so if you guys are interested, please do join us. You can come and talk to me or Junior and Jason. So to start us off, I want to start, Elaine gave a brief introduction to everyone, but I'd also want everyone to kind of talk about your background in Web3. What you guys do, you guys all have different roles, so you guys can speak.
Hi everyone, my name is Maggie. I'm partnerships at eGlobal. We run hackathons online and in person for 70,000 plus developers around the world. So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned hacker, everyone is welcome to join the hackathons. We run them in different cities, and we also run them online.
Hi guys, my name is Chen, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Waterfall and Curta. Waterfall is an NFT trading protocol that prices NFTs on chain through a fractionalization process. And Curta is a CTF protocol, and we have a community of about 100 super top tier developers that build smart contracts. So before I was born in Shanghai, and I moved to LA when I was like small. And in LA, I graduated from high school when I was like 15. I went to college, went to Berkeley, studied English and CS. Graduated when I was 18. At Berkeley, I realized that on campus there was like no cloud computing course, so I decided to pitch and start my own class on campus, which had about 150 students. I taught at like 17. After that, I was like exploring and like figuring out what I wanted to do like in my life, and ended up becoming a TikTok like social media content creator. So I did that full time. I had about 4 million followers on TikTok, across like other platforms as well. And thought TikTok was like really cool, but I wanted to try something else and found like a really cool like community within like the Web3 and the crypto communities. I made a lot of friends and started my own company, Waterfall. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jason. I was born in a very small village in China. So, you guys, first of all, give yourself some credits. Whatever you want to do, and you can succeed. So, I was in the business 10 years ago, 2013, 14. So I've done a lot of things, projects, investor, become mining, and now mainly focused on I run a incubator and also with the fund. We'll talk more then.
Hi everyone, so it's me again, Quinn. So I'm the founder of Suci Blockchain Hub and Eat Vietnam. So before I did all the activities to build the ecosystem in Vietnam in the region, I also was like investor and invest with other co-founder more than 50 projects in Web3. And at that time, I really looked at the problem in Vietnam. At that time, I see that, many projects, they can build very good product, but they also lack of some, knowledge or some global resources, and also like how to make them become global projects. And that's why I go back to the very, very basic thing that, education and bring more mentors, bring more global resources to support the builders and also the projects in Vietnam and the region. Hopefully that we also can, have more builders, more projects, and solve the problems in our world.
All right, thank you. I'm going to start with a pretty general question, but I'd like maybe all of you guys to share some insights since you come from different roles. What are some tips that you can give entrepreneurs in Palau who want to start a Web3 project? Also considering people who don't come from a technical background.
Me? I think you guys already had the blockchain 101, right? And now you're in. That's all it takes. And don't think of blockchain as something like, really, this is hard to understand, but it take approach where very hands-on, download wallets, make a transaction, and you're an expert. That's it. Now, whatever interests you, it's a classic rabbit hole. You dig further. You learn on the way. First of all, you have to get inspired to be an entrepreneur. Look at Chen and Maggie. They're practically the same age, same as you guys. So be bold, take the first step, take the courage, do something different. That's all it takes. So whatever, you learn, you fail, you fail, and you learn all the way. So all the way, you will find people who will help you, because if you have your heart, you want to do something, people definitely want to help you. So that's the first thing.
Yeah, I can give a more personal, way of how you guys can dive into the space. I know that this might seem very overwhelming. How do I start a project, right? I don't know about anything. So I only got into crypto in 2021, unlike a lot of people here in the room, which got into crypto very, very late. At the time, I thought crypto was really big already, and I couldn't get my hands on. But what the first step to do is to be on social media. So Palau is in a very unique place where it's not very accessible to other countries in the world, right? So you can't go to a lot of these conferences like you are here right now. So, like on Twitter, on other different like social media platforms, you guys can make an account and follow everyone who is like speaking about the space and like figure out what they did to get to this role. And when you do start a project and figure out like what projects like what stuff is needed to be built in the space, you guys can like take up a project and try to build it yourself. Pitch the idea to some friends, pitch it to like some people online, and then you guys can get funding for it. For me, I didn't meet any of my investors in person when I got my funding. So we, Waterfall, we raised $4 million from Electric Capital and Candaq Capital, and I didn't meet any of my investors like until after I got after I signed all the contracts and all that. So just get on social media, start like talking about yourself, talking about your products, getting to know people online, and then start your projects, and then you guys can just like figure the way out from there. I know it's overwhelming, but you guys can do it. Yeah.
So similar to Shane, I actually got into crypto a year ago. So it's anything is possible. It's never too late to get into this space. And this space is actually still very early. So there's actually a lot of opportunities to get involved. And one thing that I think like is also really interesting is that we mentioned earlier, you don't have to be technical to get into crypto. I'm not technical at all. I come from a business background. And so literally all I do is like, I only know how to talk to people in like a high level sense. If you ask me about like the underlying infrastructure, I could probably talk to you for 5 minutes and pretend like I understand and just nod my head at you. So you don't have to understand like everything, and no one expects you to, right? I think the beauty of crypto is actually the people that are involved in it, the community that is here. And so actually, like as someone who is non-technical, as someone who is just starting to learn about crypto, don't actually think about like crypto first. Actually think about like things that you care about in the world, right? Especially for you guys who come from such a beautiful island and a place that is, so remote, but has so many things to offer the world. I think something that you can start thinking about is like, what are some things that you personally really care about? What are some problems in the world that you notice and that you really, really want to contribute to and want to help solve? I think using that as a starting point and then going online, like Shane said, and actually like trying to follow the people that are working actively in these spaces, and then also looking for ways that you can incorporate crypto into that element. Not everything actually has to be about crypto. Crypto is actually just like a tool and a mechanism to solve a lot of the problems that are existing. But crypto is not like its own separate thing. It should be applied to things that are already happening. So start thinking about just like things that you're interested in. And then also now ways like you can use crypto as a technology to actually solve those things. And then from there, I think there's a lot of people here in this room today that could be like really, really good mentors for you potentially, or people that could help introduce you to other people in the spaces that you care a lot about. So I would say, there's a lot of people here that are really, really willing to help you. So introduce yourself. Like we would love to meet you guys. We would love to learn more about what you guys are interested in, and also how we can help you like meet the right people to talk to, so that whatever you're interested in, we can actually like help you understand it more. And then I think the second part is like, once you find your niche, or once you kind of find the thing that you care about, there's a lot of resources online that you can actually look at. So for me, I work at ETH Global. ETH Global is a community that, wants to basically bring in like the next billion people into crypto through like different resources and guides, and also hackathons. So for those of you who may not have heard of hackathons before, it's essentially like either a couple weeks or a couple of days where like we bring 1,000 people together and just like learn about how to use crypto to solve different problems, which is what I talked about earlier. So before you attend these hackathons and go to different conferences and stuff, like what you can do is actually just go online and like search up, introduction to like smart contracts, introduction to wallets, introduction to how to like build on wallets, introduction to like all these things. You can actually learn everything completely online. And once you spend like enough hours actually learning these things, then you'll have more context, and then you'll be able to have like more meaningful conversations with people, and then like ask more specific questions related to those things. So that's what I would say from like a non-technical perspective. Obviously, if you're technical, like cool, go do your coding thing. But like if you're non-technical, just like, talk about things that you care about, and then people will come to you.
Well, I think that like all the speakers cover all the, ideas about that already. So I just want to share one more small thing that, just don't limit yourself, because like don't even care about like what age that you should start, or am I a technical person or a non-technical person? It doesn't really matter. What is the problem that you really want to solve? What is the impact that you really want to create in the real life? And technology is just like one of the things, the tool that help you. And then also with Web3, it's like, it's still in the early stage and no limitation. And as long as you start early, it means that you also one of the pioneer, the early adapter, right? And this is also a lot of opportunities for you guys. And learn, do a lot of research. That's the key thing. Make mistake, accept the fail. It doesn't matter. And learn from that, all of that mistake. I lost a lot of money also. I also did so many stupid mistakes also, but I keep learning and I learn from many other amazing, mentors. And that's how I just keep doing things and never give up. That's it.
Thank you. So are there any inspiring examples of Web3 initiatives in other developing countries similar to Palau that have already made a positive impact? What lessons can inspiring entrepreneurs draw from these successes? Maggie, I know we spoke about the beach cleanup in Honduras.
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think, so one of the key examples and someone that I'm very, very honored to know in this space is actually someone named Carlos. So Carlos is actually based in Honduras, and Honduras is in Central America and then there's a very small island called Roatan. And Roatan is actually very similar to Palau, very, very beautiful diving destination, a lot of beautiful fish that I got to see and where I actually got my diving license. So I'm really excited to do that here as well. But something that was really, really unique about Roatan in Honduras is actually Carlos did an initiative called literally just a community beach cleanup, which is actually something that you can even start here. And the way that this is related to crypto is he actually got the people, the tourists that were at these dive shops, as well as the local restaurant owners and the local students all gathered up every single week just to do a beach cleanup together. And as a part of this beach cleanup, you actually have to set up a MetaMask wallet in order to receive an NFT as your proof of attendance of going to this cleanup and contributing back to your environment. So that was his literal direct way of onboarding people into crypto. It was literally hey, let me teach you how to set up your wallet after you go and do this cleanup. And then after the cleanup, everyone gets together at a dive shop for a drink. And then you talk about, why is crypto so important? How can crypto be used in this community? And then he actually used this as a vehicle to bring crypto education to the community by hosting more soccer events. And so he would create multiple teams of soccer teams, basically from locals and tourists together. And then in order to sign up for these soccer tournaments, you would actually have to have a MetaMask wallet, and then he would give you an amount of crypto that you had to transfer and learn how to transfer to another wallet as your sign up fee. So this is a very grassroots movement of how to use crypto in a community that doesn't really have a stable currency, which is why they're using Bitcoin and USDC as their main form of currency. And it's something that I think is something that you can also start here. There's a lot of different grant opportunities that you can apply for to actually receive funding to fund these types of initiatives. And one of them is Bitcoin. So that's one example of something that's happening elsewhere. I don't know if anyone else has anything to add.
Okay, I think before we close, I'd like to open it up to you guys. If you have any questions for the panelists, please do ask. And also, I know that getting into the crypto space, you don't really know which resources to use and stuff. I'm always a resource. You can ask me where I started, and I'll send you the links that I know as well. I'm just a single Instagram the way, so don't be shy. Ask away. But yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Okay, how did you start? How did you actually get into crypto?
Okay, well, I was fortunate enough to live in New York. I studied computer science at NYU, and then I started learning about NFTs kind of online, similar to Chen. I joined crypto Twitter and got really interested. So I went to NFT LA, where I met the executives to the company that I worked for, Gala Games, and I fell in love with the whole concept of crypto. And so I actually snuck my way into a VIP party to talk to them and ask for a job. And so it's don't be shy, find your way. There's always going to be obstacles. There's going to be doors that are shut in your face. climb over the fence, do something, that's either metaphorical or not. But, I don't know, if you're interested in something, don't be shy, chase your dream. That's pretty much all I have to say. And then just, yeah, ask questions on Twitter, on Discord, anywhere you can find those resources, and just start like playing around. I also got into a bunch of projects that I lost some money, but that's how you learn. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Great information. As you know, this panel is on sustainability, and Palau is leading the international stage on sustainability in terms of environment. I understand that mining data will use a significant amount of energy, which promotes fossil fuels, which Palau is trying to get into more more reusable energy. In terms of Palau, if it gets into this space, will it affect its carbon footprint in terms of environmental sustainability?
Well, people have been talking about, energy problem. I think most because Bitcoin POW is a lot of computer power. But it comes to Palau, I don't think we are going to set up any Bitcoin mining here to start with. And technically, it might not be the truth if we're only talking about Bitcoin mining, because economic-wise, it actually utilizes the abandoned, power station. For example, in China, there's so many abandoned power stations along Candaq River. Actually, it's not using like foil energy, but that's a different question. That's not very important. In Palau, as I was saying, the business that we can engage probably something. There's so many businesses you can do in Web3, not necessarily like a Bitcoin mining or something. And yeah, that's. I think if I get the question right.
Yeah, I think just adding on as well. I think actually one thing that's really unique about Palau is I've heard at least like the digital connectivity over the past few years has been growing. So I think for example, I heard that a few years ago, like the Wi-Fi was not as good as now. And I think the interesting thing is that like a lot of the stuff that happens on Web3, it just relies on like a secure internet connection that doesn't actually have that much to do with I think like the carbon footprint side. I'm not sure if like this is completely accurate, but I think like basically what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of things in terms of like learning and in terms of like just like wanting to in terms of like getting into the space, like wanting to build projects, like you can just rely on existing infrastructure that you already have without necessarily like contributing any negative things to it. So I think it's like very doable in that sense.
I know that Palau also really care about sustainability, one of the big topics here for this country, and that's why you have amazing, beautiful ocean here, right? But also, I think it is still early to think about this kind of problem, because I think that for now is still not the big problem to care about. Because like for now, maybe for Palau, it's like also number one that we think like how we can make Palau become also the physical hub for, the crypto nomad over the world come here and even stay here and also the view and create the impact. And also the second thing also like, can how Palau even can build the infrastructure for the project or even one, commercial or project enterprises here to apply blockchain and bring more people in this journey first. Because like for mining or for other things, I think that is a less problem for now. But I think that also not the big thing yet. Even that compare in terms of carbon or other things that affects the environment, even for example, high fast fashion even can create much more carbon or waste, right? So I see that's my personal opinion.
All right. Any more questions?
What kind of job can a Palau and not technical Palau get? Specifically, what kind in Web3?
Maybe I can start first since I have the mic. I think that many of you here maybe not the developer, not the right, and you think that this is like maybe people this like even for the workshop a bit like a lot of technical term, But I mean, in Web3, have many jobs that non-technical part, right? For example, like BD, business development, marketing, community, also like, everything related to growing ecosystem. So a lot of things that you can do non-technical also, and also for the technical part, as for many of you, if you want to even become the developer, the builder, actually build the project also, you can do many part from that, yeah. Or even beside that, you also can build your own project.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. So a lot of people work remotely in crypto. People don't usually go to an office for like people that work in crypto. So most companies they hire abroad anyways. So as long as you go online, make some friends online, and try to see what like career options align with your skill sets. The first introduction a lot of people from developing countries take is community manager and just like manage like companies discourse and just to get to know about their projects. This is the very entry level, and then people like it's not too much like onboarding required to get to that point. And then I think being technical is actually very helpful in crypto. But a lot of people in crypto, like they worked developers before and took just 1 year or 2 years of studying online to get technical enough to land a job in crypto. That requires technical skills. And these jobs can pay a lot more than like big companies in the US even like just working remotely. So if you guys spend the time just playing around the space, taking up like a non-technical job, but still working to develop your technical skills, you can build your own projects or like enter a company like getting paid like a very decent amount in the space. Yeah.
Be careful who you make friends with online. Just following what you said earlier. But yes, to make friends. But we do be careful, especially. I think one thing that I also want to really emphasize is that non-technical talent is actually equally as important in crypto as technical talent. And I say this because crypto is a very new space still. You might hear that people introduce themselves as getting into the space in 2014, 2016, 2017, when I was still a kid, and I assume a lot of you guys were still kids. And I think like the reason why I say non-technical is just as important is because the space is so new that a lot of people don't fully understand like what the value of crypto even is. And so from a non-technical perspective, you can actually, if you can understand and spend a lot of time researching and just understanding why crypto is important, then you as a non-technical person, your value add is like the ability to communicate that value to other people that don't fully understand crypto. And that's actually like a really, really, really important role across like the entire ecosystem. So adding on to what Quinn said earlier about like supporting with marketing, supporting with business development, supporting with ecosystem growth and community, on top of that, there's like so many other roles where like your entire job is to just understand one project and communicate the value of that project to other people in the entire ecosystem. And if you just spend a little bit of time, like 6 months to a year, understanding even one project and be able to communicate that one project really, really well, then your value, like you could be like the top 10 person, like top 10 people in the world who understands that project very, very well. So definitely don't discount yourself. If you feel like you haven't started or like you don't really understand anything, there is still so much time for you to explore. And another thing I would say is also like, I think given that you guys are still students, you have a lot of opportunities to like try different things. And so I would say like take advantage of the fact that you still have time to explore like different things as well. And just try to like find people that you feel like you really resonate with, or people that you really want to just like learn from, and just ask if you can like, help them with something. And if, they're able to take you under your wing and introduce you to a lot of people, that's much, much more valuable than trying your best to like just get a job just because of like money, for example. So focus on like the experience as well. And then eventually, like if you invest in your time, then you'll get a lot of rewards like in terms of monetary stuff later on.
Okay. We're good at time. Okay. So could we give a round of applause for our panelists?